Hello, you saucy devils. My name is Anders, and welcome back to another commentary. Before I begin, I just want to say first off, thank you very much for the support, all the kind words. It's really nice to know that there's so many of you out there that are just really excited about the idea of investigating oneself and trying to figure out how you tick and kind of deep dive into oneself, your actions, your world around you. I know it's a little bit heavy. A lot of people on the regular don't discuss this type of thing. When I go out into the world and I'm chatting it up, most folks are not comfortable getting really personal. A lot of pleasantries. That's just kind of how most people operate. They're not, whether it be a conversation of politeness, whether it be a conversation of not wanting to overstep boundaries, most people kind of just keep their thoughts and their feelings to themselves. And I think that it's a very complicated conversation to attempt to have because you don't know so much about a person. You can sort of insinuate and you can sort of guess somebody's history, but ultimately you don't know. You don't know what it's like to walk in somebody's shoes, and you have to be ultra sensitive and empathetic to where they may come from. And I try my best, and again, sometimes I do struggle. I get very passionate. So it may come off, very pushy, but I'm a curious guy. I'm a curious guy when it comes to my craft. I'm a curious guy when it comes to people. I mean, hell, just walking down the street, I'm investigating and I'm looking and I'm never not thinking about something. And that's just how I've always existed and lived my life. And I think it's great that there's so many of you out there. And it's not just about myself and my own thoughts, but there are people who want to understand themselves. And that's something that makes me really excited to know that the world is not a shitty place, that there are great people with great ideas that are very excited and happy and just want to enjoy themselves. And I think that's something that I need to do more of these type of videos. And I want you all to know that when you comment and like and support and say great things, it's not about validation. Like, I don't seek and I don't thrive on people telling me that I'm awesome. I'm actually really obnoxiously modest in real life, and if you compliment me and I don't seem to acknowledge you, it's not that I don't hear it, it's just I expect so much of myself, and it's very difficult for me to bathe in that kind of stuff because I feel like there's so much to do, there's so much left to be done, there's so much left to achieve and be a part of. And if you find people being aggressively negative or just mean, just know that person is hurting. Like, they're really hurting. They're angry, not only at themselves, but the world around them in a way that doesn't make any sense. The world, I'm sorry, but it doesn't owe you shit. Like, there is no guarantee. This isn't a Disney movie. Life doesn't work that way. If you want something, you got to work for it. And if you want people to treat you a certain way, you got to treat them that way. And that's how it works. And you may not get along with everyone. You may not like everyone, and everyone may not like you, and that's fine. Two people that don't get along is not a problem. That's just the reality of life. And because somebody doesn't like you and you don't like them, that is not a bad thing. It's taste, it's preference. Like, you don't have to get along with everyone. You don't have to get along or even relate to everyone. You may be listening to this and being like, oh, Jesus, this fucking kid. Oh my God, he's just so positive. I can't take it. Fuck it. That's fine. Totally fine. But know that you're standing in the way of yourself. When you jump, I have never, the entire time on YouTube, ever written anything negative in the comment section. I've never, potentially accidentally, but never intentionally disliked a video ever. If I don't like a video, I just move on. I let things be what they are. And that judgment, that hate, and that, ooh, this person, that's only gonna make you such a bitter, just horrible person. Like, no one's gonna want to date you or marry you. And even if you convince somebody for whatever reason to be with you for the rest of your life, you are going to ruin that person, and they are going to ruin you for allowing you to be a fucking dickhead. And forgive me for being so frank, but it's really, really sad to see people that cannot see past their own actions and cannot understand the ramifications of what they say and what they do. And when you bring people down, when you shit on people, that destroys everything. You're doing nothing but pushing back time. Like, we need to go forward. We need to do something that actually matters. And there's so many people out there that just need to speak up and just be present. That's something that we need to see more of. It's far easier to be negative. It's far more easy to be fearful. But it's like, say some nice things about people. Be like, I like your shoes. Daniel. I know, a lot of people are like, oh, no, bring that back. It's going to make me angry again. But that's a good point. The good point is to say you need to laugh and have fun. And if you are thinking something negative, remember it is a fleeting moment. It is going to go away. Just try to imagine 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know the median or average age of people that watch my videos, but if I try to think back to myself at, let's say, 10, all of my concerns and my fear and my anger doesn't matter at all now. It doesn't matter. It's and that's very hard because it seems so important and valuable and it needs to be acknowledged. And we are just really, for better or worse, we are very strange animals. And I am trying my best to understand what the hell's going on here, because a brain is a very complicated thing. A life is a very complicated thing. And I am here to discuss these things, and I am here to try to get you to think, and I am trying to inspire and motivate you to have your own questions and start conversations with your friends and your family and your loved ones, and really get deep, because you learn and you become more whole when you allow yourself to realize that your life is bigger than a small, minuscule series of chemical reactions. It is something you cannot see. You feel it, you experience it, but to be quite frank, you're gonna find a lot more happiness in stillness, a lot more happiness in clarity, a lot more happiness in really just setting things to rest in your mind, to understand yourself, to understand others. That is something that's going to motivate you and push you beyond where you currently are, to make you better and bigger than you thought you could be. And that is something that I personally am very inspired by. What I have done and who I have become is the idea that life is never going to get easy. It's always going to be difficult. It's what you do with the hard times. It's what you do with the difficulty that inspires you and changes you and helps you help other people. And that is something that, from the bottom of my heart, like as I get older, I thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity and hearing me out. Like, again, like this may not be, you know, like put up some Gary's mod. And I'm like, yeah, no, I love Gary's mod. Trust me, I'm all about that game. I'm all about done goofing. But I think it's important to check in. I think it's important to say these things. I think it's important to have these conversations because it's good for everyone. It's good for me. It's good for you. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for checking out this video. If you have any thoughts, any feelings, please do put it in the comment section below. I will be reading those. And I'd also like to mention that Craftly is going live in 2 weeks. If you want to check that out in the description below. If you subscribe, you can enter for a chance to win a lifetime subscription, which is super cool, super awesome. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for checking out this video, and I will see you all again very soon.